Don't know if the people can hear us on the chat, but yeah, I think we're on now. Let me just reset this first. Okay,
Oh yeah, I didn't. My bad. I didn't know you were live
here
on
we
the
go.
phone.
Now I'm live. Now I'm live.
Oh yes, Egghead review. Okay, that's
Surprise, surprise! I finally watched it after 2,000 years of just avoiding Egghead. I finally checked it out. So I think I know where I stopped. So it was just when Bunny was being like she was being captured by Spider-Man. What's his name? The Emperor, not Emperor, Elder guy, who's a spider crab.
the Spider Guide.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that guy. And then we were diving into Kuma's backstory, and that's when I stopped watching it because
Like,
I couldn't, dude, I couldn't watch this weekly. It was too much. It's just no. Like after
was it
watching this arc, I've officially decided to just wait for the anime to come out and be done.
was this peak for you? Was it like, oh, I can't wait for next week's episode. The anticipation's killing me, or was it, oh, this is getting ridiculous. I'm just gonna wait.
It was a bit of both. It was like I was interested in what was happening, but I just realized that I think One Piece is one of those shows where it's better to be watched binged than weekly because they give you little bits and pieces in each episode, but they don't give you enough to feel
Yeah,
satisfied.
yeah. It's like 30% of it is actual content, and the
Yeah,
rest is just poor pacing and
yeah,
filler.
pretty much, yeah. Like even this arc, that does have its like pacing issues here and there. You know, like there's a whole scene where Bunny and the gang are falling from the sky after being attacked by Kizaru, and they just keep falling and falling and falling, but they're not actually going anywhere. It was actually pretty funny, but no. Apart from that, I watched the arc, and honestly, this might be one of the best arcs in the series. You know, in my opinion.
100% post time skip. Best post time skip
Yeah, I
arc.
think it is. I think it is. Yeah, I think it might even be one of the better arcs overall. Like, it's possibly been one of the more enjoyable arcs since like Water 7. It's the first arc since then where I enjoyed it from the first episode onwards. I feel
I
like
will
with
say, I
what's that?
would agree with you. I would agree with you that it would have been the best arc, but towards the end, it got a bit too ridiculous. The
Oh,
elders showing up.
this that was hype. That was hype, dude. That was I did not expect that. I did not
It's
expect
it's
that.
it's the because it's meant to be scary, right? It's meant to be fearful. Oh no, the five elders, we've not seen them before ever. And now they're here on the island. But that all of that tension is not there because Luffy's there with Gear 5 and he's unbeatable.
Yep.
And you know everything's just going to work out fine. So it was kind of irrelevant seeing them in their like true form or whatever, devil fruit form. So and that's when it got kind of ridiculous. And then I kind
Yeah.
of got flashbacks to the Naruto War arc where all you see all these tailed beasts,
Yeah.
and the scale is got a bit too ridiculous for me.
Yeah, I mean that's not the problem I have with them. For me, it was the whole sequence of we need to turn off the signal about Dr.
Oh, that happened
Eggman,
like 10 times. That
and
happened, yeah. That
the way they were talking about it, there was such urgency to it, but they were walking so slowly, just taking out the snails, just walking at a snail's pace. They were like, "Come on, guys, just walk a little bit faster." You know, it's like you want to stop Vegapunk from telling the world his big secret, but you're being so slow when it comes to taking out the snails and all that. It was just a bit. That was just the only part that I complained, but other than that, I thought this was a great arc. You know, like, Carl, like Saturn, you really do hate the guy, and you find out that it was he was the reason why Bunny had those purple stones on her face, and I think they were the ones who killed her mom because of
yeah.
that. I was like, whoa, okay, that was crazy. and I don't even know how to talk about this arc because so much happens.
There's so much that happens. Yeah.
I mean, I just
We could start from the beginning and talk about how they ended up on the Egghead Island, and then
yeah,
how they split up, how they
yes,
found Bonnie trapped in that vortex.
pretty much, yeah.
A lot of things happen.
Yeah, so it was like,
But
yeah, I don't even remember that first half. I don't remember. It's really from Kuma's backstory onwards that I remember. But yeah, they kind of get split off, and then they're meeting the different Vegapunks. Luffy and what's his face, Lucci have a big fight, which is possibly one of the best fights in the whole series. Like that was sick.
yeah, dude, this is what I want Gear 5 to be. Not some stupid Looney Tunes crap. I want it to put fear into people's face and heart when they see Gear 5, you know?
Yeah, he was scary when
The
he was fighting
difference in
him.
power was insane.
I like how he humbled Lucci because Lucci was like, "Oh, I don't acknowledge Luffy as an emperor," and then he just got humbled by him. He was just he got
Dude,
completely
the
knocked out.
animation was so good as well when that happened. But then later on, it's like, oh, Gear 5, I hate it so much, dude.
You don't like
I
it?
hate Gear 5, I hate it so much, especially in Egghead, the way they use it.
I love it.
Like, Luffy is funny, right? But when he's forcing funny moments, then it's not funny. Like the Gear 5 moments when he's like creating a baseball from nothing, not funny. When when his eyes falls out of his face and he loses the scar on his chest and he's trying to pick it up, it's trying to be funny, but it's not funny. It's stupid. Luffy before Gear 5 was hilarious, but now it's just they're trying to force comedy on you. And when they're trying to force it, it's not good. It's kind of whack.
Maybe because he's overusing it. I think during the early days of Gear 5, it was brand new. It was a new concept. People were like, wow, what is this? This is new. This is
I
exciting.
would like pull the curtain back and say it's more of a writing. I think the writers have just gotten lazy. The comedy. They're like, hey, yeah, he's Gear 5. He could do anything. Let's just do this. That's how I see it.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion on Gear 5. I just sort of like seeing Luffy moving. I think I'm more liking the way he's animated more so than like how it's been written and how it's been executed. I just think it's a fun concept.
What is this YouTube video that you got up? Is this like the full Egghead arc on YouTube? What is this?
Oh yeah, it's
9
like an
hours?
explanation of the entire arc, and they're just using all
Wow,
the
9
clips.
hours.
Yeah,
Are you sure this is the full arc?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be 9 hours.
into ice, including Van Auger.
Because you have like a narrator talking in the background, explaining.
That's so.
Oh yeah, then there was the whole like flashback with Was it a flashback or a flash forward with Teach and this
It's how
Iceman?
they show the Freeze dude.
Yeah.
Join the Blackbeard pirates, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much.
I forgot all about that. That happened at the same time when Garp and Kobe were going crazy. You know.
Yeah, and Garp does the Galaxy Punch on that island.
Yeah.
Blackbeard's Island. Mental. See, moments like that I like. But then you see Gear 5 Luffy and then the tension's gone.
Oh, then there was that one episode with Kid and Shanks. Kid was like, I'm going to defeat Shanks. And then 2 seconds later, he's in the sea. So I'm like wondering, did Shanks kill him? Like, I know One Piece isn't that type of show to just kill off characters like that, but it'd be a pretty, a dark end for Kid, just to...
To be honest with you, Kid is an evil dude. I don't know if you remember his introduction, but he slaughtered people. He killed thousands.
Oh yeah,
of people,
you're right. Yeah.
remember? So
Yeah.
him dying, which I don't think he will die, but him dying wouldn't be really bad. But I do find it interesting how, at the end of Wano, Kid and Luffy, they split up, right?
Yeah.
And they point out directions where I'm gonna go this way, I'm gonna go that way. If they traded places, Luffy would have ended up where Kid was, and they would have bumped into Shanks. Well, obviously, Luffy's not Kid, and he isn't gonna attack Shanks like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, they just keep these moments where they could have a reunion, but it never happened.
I think they were going to wait
So
to
I
the
do like
final
that.
arc of this series to get a reunion like that. Like,
Potentially,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to get that anytime soon, you know. And then there's the whole buggy with Crocodile and Mihawk. Like, they have teamed up.
Oh, I hate this
This is
guild thing that's going on.
bizarre. This is all.
Three
Yeah,
people
this
who
is-
would never work together, and they just why? Why is this a thing? Why?
I'm kind of surprised that Mihawk is wanting to join
Yeah,
with
why
a
is
pirate.
yeah, Mihawk of
Like
all
Crocodile, it
people.
makes sense because he was part of a team with Robin and the rest of what was that group in Alabasta called Baroque Works.
The
think.
Baroque works.
Yeah, but Mihawk is weird because he's like a sole loner, you know. I don't know. It
he's
just it seemed a bit
legit
out of
loner.
character
Yeah, it does.
to me. And then yeah, so this whole arc was Kobe being kidnapped. Was he kidnapped? I don't remember. I think he was because he was
Well, he was there to save somebody, and then
Yeah.
he got locked up in prison himself.
mhm.
And then somehow, and I don't know how, but Mihawk's assistant, whatever her name was, rescues him for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think she was looking for that guy from not Impel Down, Thriller Bark Island.
Yeah.
The bad guy, whatever his name is.
Gaku Moria.
So I think, yeah, Gecko. I think she was looking for Gecko Moria, and then she bumps into, this guy Kobe, and they're like, okay, yeah, I'll free you, Kobe. So, yeah, that happens.
and then
And
I
then we
think
get to see
Law-
more of the Marines, though.
Yeah.
And some of their abilities and powers. That's pretty cool. One guy can like make a sandcastle, use that, which is weird because it's kind of like Crocodile's Devil Fruit,
a little bit, yeah.
but on steroids because he can create stuff with it.
And I don't know if it's the same section, but it's around here where we have Sabo, and it turns into a bit of like a soap opera or like like Game of Thrones, where it has
Right,
different
yes,
perspectives.
yeah.
It's like you have Kobe doing his thing, and then on the other side of the world you have Sabo, and he is infiltrating the Holy Land. He meets Barney, and
This is a very controversial part of Egghead because this is where we get the introduction of Emu,
yeah,
this character that somehow existed from the beginning of One Piece,
yep,
but only in like the background,
yeah,
pulling strings. But we've never seen him up until this moment.
yep.
I don't care. Who is this Emu? The character design for Emu has been leaked,
Oh, I don't want to see it.
but don't even look at it. But I'm like, this Emu fella, it feels like it's too late to introduce somebody like this, because we're already near the end.
I don't know about
And
being
now
near the end. I feel like we still
we're
got.
pulling this Game of
Wow.
Thrones, weird Game of Thrones thing, where the thrones, like the throne in Game of Thrones is very similar to like the throne room in One Piece, where there's like so many swords sticking out the ground. He's trying to capture that same essence, I guess. And then it's this: no one sits on this chair because we've made allies between these nations, and no one will sit on the throne. And then all of a sudden, this Emu character goes down and sits on it. It's so bizarre. It's so
So,
weird.
what is controversial? You said like the fans said it was controversial.
Emu. Like emu.
So
that
the fans
character, Emu.
find it controversial.
He just comes out of nowhere. Oh yeah, I'm the bad guy. I'm the main
Okay.
bad guy of the series. Essentially, that's basically what it is.
Okay. I haven't really seen any fans say about that, but okay. I didn't know about that.
Back in the manga, back when he was introduced, this
Oh,
silhouette.
okay.
I think it's mainly because it's another silhouette character.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, we're getting sick of Oda's silhouette, no me,
Because I saw a bunch of anime reactors react to this scene, and they were pretty hyped when they saw this. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know it was controversial in the manga.
Yeah. Joke's on you. No one dies in One Piece. No one's gonna believe you by saying Zoro dies in the manga. No one dies, bro. This ain't that show.
Yeah, it's not like it's not at all that show. Like I've kind of made peace with it, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the introduction to this character, I'm quite like, could that actually change? You know? I mean, they're starting to kill off I mean, they killed off Cobra, and I mean, he wasn't a main character, but he was a character of importance, and people liked the guy, you know. So it's like, okay. And I don't know, I don't really agree with it being controversial. I actually really find this to be very fascinating, you know. I'm very interested in this whole mystery and conspiracy, like the Void Century, why the world government are hiding all of this. It's given me Attack on Titan vibes when the scouts were trying to find out why the King of the Wolves is trying to seal humanity inside. It's giving me those vibes. And I think that's why I like this entire section of the story. I like how we're really diving into
I
the lore.
hope it lands. I hope,
know?
we get more development on Emu, but I'm sure we will.
I kind of have theories onto what it could be, you know, because towards the end of this arc, we got a silhouette of Joy Boy. So, and he was also covered in a black shadow, just like Emu. So I'm wondering, you know, is there some sort of connection to that?
Oh no, I thought no. Joy Boy's he's the boy who's joy, you know?
Yeah.
Emu is not that.
Yeah, I think
if anything.
Yeah, I was just thinking it was going to be two sides of the same coin type of thing. Maybe they were rivals, you know?
Sad boy or something. Or that, yeah, potentially.
Yeah. That's what I was sort of thinking.
I think no, because Joy Boy, I seen a theory that it could be Luffy from the.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw that.
Thrown into the past or whatever. That kind of makes sense because people are calling him Joy Boy. That robot called him Joy Boy.
So, do you know who voiced Joy Boy? Because
even with the English dub,
it was the 4Kids dub of Luffy. Yeah. And he sounds just like Luffy, and he even acts like Luffy. So I'm wondering, is this actually Luffy? You know, does Luffy find a One Piece, and does he travel back in time and become the first pirate? But then he loses his memories. Are we diving into that?
Do you know if there wasn't two different dubs of One Piece, who the hell would have voiced Luffy or Joy Boy? Sorry, who would they have cast?
Probably someone who sounds like Luffy, maybe.
Oh, it's just so cool that English dub and the Japanese dub both went back to the original Luffy voice actor to voice Joy Boy. That's pretty sick.
That was good.
But man, it could be Luffy, dude. It could be, but we don't know.
I'm just a little bit oh man, I really do hope all this stuff lands. You know,
lands.
I know,
it has to land.
We can even go into the Vegapunk stuff of it all, where he talks about what does he actually say? He talks about
the weapon. He talks about One Piece. He was going to talk about the Will of D, and then that's I think the most important one. But then it gets cut off, and then transmission dies.
So he talks about Joy Boy. I don't know if he says it or someone else, but someone says that Joy Boy passed on the ancient weapons to future generations. And then that kind of links back to what Momonosuke said in Wano when I don't know if did he read the poneglyph, and he was very confused as to why Raja and his father wanted to release. He wanted to open Wano, but if they open Wano, they open the ancient weapon onto the world. So everyone is confused as to why Joy Boy and even the pirate crew who found the One Piece want to essentially unleash the ancient weapons, you know. That's kind of the vibe it's given me, you know, because
it was something that will help them.
Momonosuke's seen. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these weapons are designed to combat like something else, maybe Emu.
Because we've seen the world government use an ancient weapon as well to destroy that island, right? It
Yeah,
was a hybrid of an ancient weapon plus modern technology or something like that, is what they said. And they used it. And it's basically a drone strike or a nuclear bomb, is what they recreated, which is insane on that power scale. Yeah, it could be anything, dude. Whatever it will be, it will benefit the Straw Hats if they open Wano.
yeah.
But they just need to trust what the previous characters have said about opening Wano too as well. The one thing I forgot to mention as well is in the past I mentioned about Luffy not learning anything new. Or like he's gone through this journey and he's not like he hasn't changed in a sense. And what I meant by that was Luffy he didn't save Dr. Vegapunk's life and he's laughing. He's dying on the ground and he's laughing. He doesn't care that he's dying. It's like, have we not learned anything from Ace? Have we not learned about like saving your Nakama or anything like that? Why are you in Gear 5 bouncing up and down?
I don't think he was aware of that because, yeah, I do remember that scene where he dies, but then he didn't know. And then I think someone told him that Vegapunk, like, I don't know, I don't think he was aware of what was going on, you know. I think he was so focused on.
Him. It was behind him. It wasn't like he's got Conqueror's Hockey. He's got the awareness hockey, whatever that is, bro. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
I think it's just one of those like writing things where it's like
it is a writing thing because Vegapunk had to die.
Yeah.
Vegapunk had to die essentially, but he's not dead. He's in the cloud. Or whatever.
Yeah. So I think that's sort of the vibe.
But Luffy didn't know that.
Yeah.
Luffy didn't know he was going to be in the cloud.
I think this is the thing. I think when Oda writes when a character's gonna die, like he writes Luffy into like really taking the entire serious, like the entire like. Whenever Oda writes a character who's going to die, like you know they're gonna die when Luffy reacts, but then when they're not gonna die, like Luffy won't react because it alludes to the fact that that character is not dead but still alive. I don't know. It's something I noticed, you know. Like
when I die, I'm not dead.
Yeah, like when Ace died, like Oda wrote Luffy to take the entire situation seriously, but because he's actually dead. But with Vegapunk, he's not dead, so he doesn't think to write Luffy acting seriously in that situation. I think this is just an Oda thing, you know.
It's an Oda thing, yeah.
I feel like they kind of
they
fixed this in the live action a little bit, you know, like
Luffy's less of an idiot, I guess.
It's not less of an idiot, but he's more aware of people's feelings and emotions. Like in the live action, in the anime, when Zoro fought Mihawk and Luffy was like, yep, I'll let you fight Mihawk, Zoro, do what you want to do. But in the live action, Nami was there to witness it, and she basically scolded Luffy for letting Zoro just go out to die like that. And then Luffy felt bad about it, and then he sort of apologized to Zoro in the live action. So I feel like they try to, because Luffy, I want to say
do like that, yeah.
Like Luffy is more like, what's the word?
Retarded.
Not that word, but Luffy's very he doesn't dwell on bad situations, you know. He's very much like, if something happens, then
he's
it's like
carefree. Yeah, he's carefree.
He's very much like, let's find a solution or let's just move on. But he doesn't like dwell on the past. Whereas I think translating that into live action won't work. So they have to like humanize Luffy so that audiences can be like, okay, I get him, essentially.
Yeah, because Luffy is pretty much unrealistic. And if you do copy that in live action, it would lose a lot of people.
Because even in like the early arcs of One Piece, like I wouldn't say Luffy kind of was a bit of a punk in those early days of One Piece.
Because of his devil fruit, you know? Because
Yeah.
of his devil fruit, it made him invincible and he didn't have
Yeah.
to worry
He
about
was a
anyone
little bit
up
of a
until Crocodile.
Yeah, he was a bit of a jerk as well in those early days. I remember when he first met Kobe and Kobe was acting all scared and he said that I hate people like you acting all scared. I was like, damn, that's kind of mean.
Rough, yeah.
But I feel like Oda's starting to like, I mean, I think, yeah, around Crocodile, they started to write him a little bit more like, okay, he understands people's emotions. Like even his fight with Usopp, you know, he didn't really try to understand Usopp's emotions in that situation. He was like, Usopp, we're going to get a new ship. If you don't like it, get out of here, you know. That was kind of the vibe of that fight, you know.
Going back to Egghead, talking about Vegapunk's, was it a theory he was saying, or I think that's how he like announced it. This is his theory on what One Piece is. Do we know One Piece is a weapon now, or what?
So
'Cause it's something
essentially
that can
what
shake
he
the
said is
entire world.
that the person who finds the One Piece will be the one to decide the fate of the entire world, essentially.
Yeah. So we know now it's not a ridiculous gag, right?
No.
Like it's an actual thing. And then what is the thing that can raise the sea level? Was that tied to the One Piece, or is that something to do with the secret weapons or whatnot? The ancient weapons, sorry.
I feel like the One Piece is like, I kind of have this theory where the people who find the One Piece will learn about the ancient weapons and maybe their secrets and all that, and then that will take them somewhere else where they will, I don't know, it feels like the One Piece might be like some sort of instructional guide into how to use the ancient weapons or how to make an ancient weapon, you know.
Possibly, yeah. Or it could be a devil fruit.
But it's giving me the vibe that the people who will decide the future are the Will of D people. Like they would, so the ones who have the Will of D and who find a One Piece, they will be the ones to decide the future. It's giving me Legendary Bladers from Beyblade vibes, you know.
Oh, do you think Oda's a big fan?
Maybe. Because in that show,
I think
yeah,
I think it's something that will get rid of devil fruits and devil fruit powers.
maybe that's what Luffy's dream is, you know, to erase
To
all
swim
devil
again?
fruits.
To swim again because you can't swim.
Yeah,
And you want to swim again or something.
maybe that's what
That'd be
Luffy's dream
ridiculous.
is.
Luffy, let's be real. Luffy's dream is to eat food, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
and find the One Piece and be the king of the pirates. That's his. Yeah. Oh, did you like the twist of like who the evil Vegapunk is? Like you got the evil Vegapunk, you got the happy Vegapunk, you got the gluttony Vegapunk. Did you like the twist that the evil one was the gluttony one?
I'll be honest, dude, I was very indifferent to it. I
You
think
just couldn't give a crap.
not really. I was like, okay, it's her. I just wasn't like, yeah, I thought, I think a bigger twist would have been the actual Vegapunk being the villain. Because all of these other guys are just sort of like copies of him, essentially, but with different personalities, essentially. But I don't know,
Yeah.
I was so indifferent to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I really want the evil Vegapunk that is sailing with the Straw Hats to actually turn on the Straw Hats because she is evil. Because what is the point of having the name be or her moniker?
Maybe it's
Being
just
evil.
to, you know, it's like a subversion of expectations. It's like a red herring.
But her name is literally evil.
Yeah.
And because that's each Vegapunk has like that emotion that is carried with them, and because that Vegapunk was gluttonous, she didn't want to lose everything, so that's why she teamed up with the old government because she wanted more.
Really chatty and
Which
causing
is
too
on
much
point
trouble by
with her
revealing everything
character
so
being
openly.
gluttonous,
He seemed
right?
to suggest that they
So
should
the
just let the
evil
younger
Vegapunk
generation
has to do
discover the
something
truth
evil.
and their own fate
Surely,
for
right?
themselves.
'Cause that would be-
Globally, ordinary
that's
citizens.
wasted potential. they don't do anything with it.
Potentially, yeah. Potentially. But yeah, what else happens in this arc?
The robot wakes up.
Yeah, so this robot
His-
is like Joy Boy's buddy from the past who was fighting alongside Joy Boy against the original Marines, I can assume. But
It woke up. So I'm confused with this. The robot woke up after Joy Boy at a certain point and attacked the Holy Land, and then it went back to sleep. So this is the timeline. It was active when Joy Boy was around.
yeah,
Joy Boy disappears. The robot goes to sleep. The robot wakes up in Mary Joa and starts attacking people, and then it goes back to sleep. Is that correct? And then it wakes up again with Luffy.
I think he did all that while Joy Boy was alive.
While Joy Boy was there, so Joy Boy used the robot to attack Merigo.
I think so.
Okay.
But I do like the whole backstory where it kind of alludes to the fact that we don't actually know whether or not Joy Boy was a good person or not, you know? Like, I don't know who says it, but I think it's Vegapunk.
His name is Joy Boy.
He talks about how we don't really know whether or not the people who were fighting in the past were good or not. So it's alluding to the fact that the past is very grey and we don't really know what was really going on in the past, you know?
Listen, okay, Vegapunk, you got a giant head, but listen, his name is Joy Boy. He's very joyful, all right? You're not changing my mind to say that he was the one in the wrong.
That would be a crazy twist if that was the case.
That would be a crazy twist.
If all this time,
the reason why the space people are evil, because they were like oppressed, I guess, and then like never again. We'll never be oppressed again, so we're going to be oppressing others or whatever.
What were the space people?
Crazy. The people that you're not allowed to touch or attack. It will be a crime against humanity.
Oh, you mean those guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what do they call them? Like the royal people. Those guys.
The royal family or something.
Yeah. That because I'm thinking this now. I'm like it again. It's like giving me Attack on Titan vibes where we're thinking that Eren's people were victims, but all this time they were the ones that started all of this oppression. You know. Because the Eldians, they were the ones who waged war for like thousands of years. Like they were the ones who were like the bad people, essentially. Like it could be like that.
Could be.
Yeah.
But One Piece is kind of different because the world is much bigger. Maybe, no, but you could be right because the will of D, everyone with the people, because we've known this now, anyone with the D in the name gets killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's kind of contradictory because you got Monkey D. Garp working with the Marines and he's literally got a D in his name. So why is he alive? And why wasn't he hunted down? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, maybe like Garp is going to be one of those guys like Kizaru and Aokiji who are starting to see the errors in the Marines, and he's going to be like, maybe I should like get out of here.
Oh no! Before that, remember when they were talking about like one of the five elders was talking about like the will of D is cursed, and we hunt anyone with the name D in their name. That's why people hide their name, like Gold Roger.
Yeah.
Like it's not Gold D Roger. Gold Roger because they hide the D in the name.
Mm-hmm.
But how did somebody who openly goes around calling himself Monkey D Garp, not get executed by them?
Maybe he just showed his loyalty to the Marines. Maybe it's just that. I feel like the moment Garp slips up, they're gonna hunt him down.
Possibly, yeah.
Like, look at what he did to Vegapunk. Like, he was loyal to them. The second that they sniffed out he was no good to them, they killed him, Like, these guys do not care. Like, even Emu, at the end of this arc, kills one of his, like, subordinates, which is, the spider dude. Like, because he failed to bring Joy Boy to him.
I think, so that was a sick a really cool moment because you
Yeah.
could just kill him like that instantly without being
That
in
was
the same
terrifying.
room.
That was like
I
one of the
think
scariest scenes in the whole series. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, crazy powers on display, but I think it's more to do with the devil fruit. I think it might be linked because when they were summoned, it has that pentagram or whatnot. So that has to be linked to Emu. It's kind of like a Demon Slayer thing with that Michael Jackson character. So
Muzan,
maybe they're
Kizu,
linked.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're linked to Muzan like they are with Emu or something, and that's why Emu can just kill them instantly.
I mean, think about it. All the Will of D people have devil fruit powers, so maybe they were destined to get a devil fruit, and maybe the devil fruits are linked to something grander. Maybe it all goes back to Joy Boy, essentially. You know?
Well, I was mainly speaking about the five elders devil fruit because they're all giant
Yeah.
monsters or something. But maybe the devil fruits are all linked together or whatnot. And Emu has power over them all because that would be a crazy twist.
Yeah,
And the only
possibly.
one that can counter it is the sun god devil fruit.
But yeah, a lot of stuff happens. Like the whole world is reacting to this news. You get characters from the past, which was pretty cool. You know, I'm like, wow, this character's here, that character's there. That was cool. And yeah, it just pretty much. I know there's a lot of stuff that happens. You know, like there's a whole subplot with Stussy and Kaku, where it seems like Kaku's going to fight Lucci, but he doesn't. So I didn't know what was going on with those guys, you know, because it looks like the government are going to take her out, you know, because she betrayed them. But
She also, yes. So what I think happened was both Big Nose and Rob Lucci. Because you don't see it on screen, I think Stussy's alive. Because they were ordered to execute Stussy because she betrayed them. And then there was this weird tense moment when like you think they're gonna kill her, but they don't. But because she saved their lives previously, I think they did they it's all even now. She gets to live or whatnot, and like they fake a death or something potentially. But that was a good moment that she was a spy and she was secretly working with Vegapunk. That was sick.
yeah, that was a good moment.
I like that. We need to talk about though is during what's his name? Was it Puma? His flashback?
Yeah, Kuma.
Kuma's flashback. We saw Zebek's crew.
Who's that?
Zebek?
Zebek.
Yeah, remember? Zebek?
No. Who was that?
They basically on this island, Kuma as a child and other slaves were being hunted, and the most slaves that were killed gets the highest score, and they get a devil fruit as a reward. And because there were so many royals on the island, well, Zebek shows up with his crew. Remember that? And you see young Whitebeard, you see young Kaido, you see young Big Mom.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
You also see a character that looks strikingly familiar to Nami on that crew. And she had that snake around her neck, the same one that Boa Hancock has. So maybe she had the same devil fruit as her back then. And yeah, dude, that's who Nami's real mum is, dude. She was part of Zebek's crew, that's pretty sick.
Do you think that's actually her mom, or do you just think that's just another
100%.
character?
Bro, they look at. I mean, to be fair,
Because
all
nearly
female
every
characters
single
say that.
girl under the age of between 15 to like
Yeah,
20
I know.
look like Nami.
They look like Nami.
Like-
Everyone looks like Nami. No, but this one literally is her, dude. It is her. It is her, dude.
Because
so it
like
has to be a woman.
we see Vivi in this arc as well, and she looks like the way they draw her now. She looks just like Nami.
Have you seen
now.
Nico Robin's design in the Elbaf trailer?
I saw a bit
my
of it.
God.
Yeah, they've
yeah,
cutified
it's
her.
basically Nami, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
no. It's Nami with black hair, dude. It's bad.
This is the one problem I have with this new era of One Piece. They're starting to whitewash a lot of these characters that originally had tanned skin in the old days, like Usopp, Robin, even Nami's sister, Nochiko. Like she appears in this arc for a bit, and they completely like whitewashed her.
If the live action wants to be true to the source material, you have to recast Usopp and Vivi.
Essentially, yeah.
That'd be crazy if they did that.
Nah, I feel like the One Piece live action are just they're yeah. I think there is no way they're doing that.
Live action is amazing. I want to keep it its own thing. Dude, yeah, you have to find the image of the crew rolling up onto that island, because then also shortly after the that crew, Goldie Rogers crew shows up as well, and then Garb shows up, and that was the incident on God Valley, whatever it was, and it was like a little teaser. We didn't even get to see it all. That's the tease, man.
I mean, that could be the case. You know, we don't know. I mean, who knows?
I think it is someone. It has to be, dude, because we don't know anything. We know that she was raised, like her mom found her as a baby.
Yeah.
In the battlefield, and maybe this is where we see baby Nami for the first time or something. Who knows?
I mean, I think she was a Marine, you know, or not a Marine, but like a pirate, like either a Marine or a pirate, one or the others.
Well, all we know of Nami, right? Her backstory is her stepmom, the Marine, found her as a baby. Picks her up and then raises her alone or whatnot. And I assume baby Nami is on that ship that has been sailing with the Zebek.
Yeah. Possibly.
The Rocks pirate, that's it, the Rocks pirate, Rocks the Zebek, whatever, Rocks Zebek.
Dude, I feel like Oda is really taking reference from Beyblade. I mean, this is just Zeus's barrier from Beyblade Metal Fury.
Dude, yeah, he's a fan. He has to be a fan.
Like, this looks just like Zeus's barrier. I mean, this is probably like, this is a very iconic type of symbol within, like, anything, you know. You do see this type of star in any media, but when I saw this, I'm like, oh my gosh, are we gonna let it rip on Beyblade? Like, it's like, I just saw that and I'm like, wow, this is Beyblade. But yeah, going back to Nami.
When I see it, it kind of reminds me of Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh as well.
Oh really? Yeah, it does have that type of vibe. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you need to get on Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. I want you to watch it so badly, dude. It's so good.
I don't know about that. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but it's just, it doesn't seem like the type of thing I'd get into, you know?
No, trust me. If you love Beyblade, you would love Yu-Gi-Oh.
The thing about Beyblade is that I like the whole concept of spinning tops just smashing into one another. Like, it's just, for me, I feel like that feels more accessible for normies, whereas Yu-Gi-Oh, it kind of seems complicated.
You're not a normie. You know? You're not a normie. This is right up your alley, dude. If there's ever an anime up your alley, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm telling you now, dude. It's amazing. I know it's based off a card game.
Yeah.
But it's the characters, the Journey Digger one, the people who they fight against. And the way they fight is through a card game. And the card game is basically, if you lose the card game, you're dead, basically, essentially.
Yeah.
The soul is gone. It's sick, dude. There are so many moments in that show where the hero is on the back foot and he has to be smart tactically on what he has to do. I have to lay this trap card, I have to use this spell card to buff that character. Oh, it's so sick. I'm telling you, it's so damn sick.
Yeah.
And then it gets better because the spin-off shows like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, card games on motorcycles now. Oh my god, it's
yeah.
Sorry,
it does sound cool, but I feel like if I was probably like 17 years old, probably that I probably would be into.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I feel like with
Don't say that.
I feel like with Beyblade, I feel like I like it out of nostalgia of like watching it when I was younger.
Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely for mature adults.
Yeah.
If you're a kid, that's not a show. It's too dark.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh is way too dark.
And I'm not saying like kid. I'm sort of saying like, because 17, I'm talking like 17 over,
I
in
mean,
terms of rating,
all anime is like that
Yeah.
essentially, dude.
I feel like,
Because I had that
yeah.
same feeling with Fire Force, and we'll talk about Fire Force later, but
Yeah.
because I did start that.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I need to be in a certain like zone to
Mood,
watch
I
something
guess.
like this. Yeah, because I just finished
promise you-
Fire Force, and I'm sort of like,
Yeah. Oh,
do I
that's
want to?
perfect. Oh,
Do
dude,
I want to
that's
watch
perfect.
more? No, it's like, do I want to watch more shonen? Like I can't. I might
Let me explain
yeah.
it for you. Let me break it down. Fire Force, you just went through some McDonald's garbage with Fire Force. Now you go to a 5-star gourmet steak with Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the difference. That's what you're going to be getting.
I'll put it on my watch list because there's so many other things I want to watch first. I might not even get to this until towards the end of the year, maybe, but I will
There's
keep
a
it in
reason why
mind.
Yu-Gi-Oh is a billion-dollar company, bro. It's damn. And why there's so many different spin-offs as well
Yeah,
for Yu-Gi-Oh. But just watch the OG. Just watch the original.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, it's on my watch list. There's so many things I need to finish first.
There's so many.
I might not even ever see this because I need. There are
Hey,
things
don't
that
ever say that.
there are
Bump up your list. Bump up your list right now.
there are just things that I'm more excited to see, and I'm like this. I feel like if it wasn't for this podcast, I probably wouldn't even be aware.
The issue with Yu-Gi-Oh is that it's one and done and it's already finished and it's been out for like 20 years now.
Yeah,
How do you introduce that to somebody when there's already new things coming up and that you want to watch? How do you hype somebody to watch an old show, an old series that's already?
Yeah.
It's hard.
I
How
mean,
do you
there's
promote it because no one's
Yeah.
promoting Yu-Gi-Oh now.
I don't see anything about. I see more Pokemon stuff, like people talking about Pokemon this, Pokemon that. But like Yu-Gi-Oh is, it feels
'cause
niche to me.
Yu-Gi-Oh's finished. That's why Yu-Gi-Oh's done with. It's
Yeah.
over. Whereas Pokemon, it's still going. It has the popular games,
Yeah.
and the anime is still popping off. It's Yu-Gi-Oh's over, bro. Devastating, bro. I'm telling you, my first heartbreak, Yu-Gi-Oh, when the anime ended. Because I was like you, dude. I was like, what is this show? This is so dumb.
I wouldn't say it's dumb. It's just I feel like do I want to watch more shonen right now? Like
I'm telling you, it's disguised as a shonen. It ain't a shonen.
if got a young main boy character, it's a shonen to me. Any shows with young boy characters.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I know
not a
he's
young
like
boy.
he's like a spirit.
It's a 3000.
Yeah.
3000.
But it's sort yeah. But anything that's sort of targeted towards young boy characters, like any show it shows a character that looks like a young man and it's targeted towards them. I see it as shonen. Even Attack on Titan is.
He's the king of games, bro. He is a tactical genius.
Yeah.
That's who he is. If you want like some sort of like high stakes, what do you call it? Like something to like have your brain like starts ticking or whatnot, seeing like some like high stakes tactical maneuvers or whatnot. It's Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. There will never be a show like Yu-Gi-Oh as well. There will never.
I've just never heard anyone talk about this show like that. Like the last time, apart from you, like the last time I've heard people talk about this show was probably like when I was in school. Like I remember.
That's when it was popping off, bro.
Yeah.
That's when it was. I know who you're talking about as well, because that guy, what's his name? Yeah.
Like, but all through, all through uni,
to
like no one really talked to me about, oh, you need to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, you need to watch this, you need to watch that. Like people were mainly talking about Marvel and.
Have you heard of Seto Kaiba? Do you know who Seto Kaiba is? You definitely heard that name.
I've heard Kaiba, but I don't know what any of that is.
Kaiba, bro. Kaiba comes from this show, dude. Kaiba, the OG villain. He's the OG mastermind, the OG villain that everyone hates and everyone loves at the same time. Such a douchebag. He's such a cool douchebag. He's the original Sasuke in a way.
Okay.
In a way, because Sasuke does predate him, to be honest. But fuck, but it's the same. It's the same time frame.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it on my watch list, but there's so many things I need to get through. And plus, I'm at a point where I don't know if I have time to watch a lot of stuff.
How about this? On your watch list, right? Is there anything in your watch list where it's an old show?
No, they're all pretty much recent.
Right. So this one is a 10 out of 10 old show. And you have to value a very good old show. And when I say old, it's not that old. It's still mod, but you have to value the stuff that has gone by and that you've missed. Because I'm doing that as well, where I'm watching shows now that have gone by and I completely missed. But I want to give it a shot and watch it.
I've got a controversial opinion about that.
Uh-oh.
When it comes to like valuing old stuff from the past, I kind of am so indifferent to it. I don't.
If you've not seen it,
yeah.
If you've not seen it though,
like people.
I want to watch Bleach.
People want
Bleach is an old show.
Yeah, people keep talking about The Godfather, but I'm like, eh. Okay, I know all the memes. Like, look what happened to my boy. They massacred my boy. You know, I know the memes. You come to my daughter's wedding.
I've said this before. I've said this before about Godfather. The first time I watched Godfather, I thought it was the crappiest thing I've ever. It's a lot of talking, a lot of non-stop yapping and talking, and this is boring. And why am I even watching this? And then years later, I put it on again. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
it's when you get to understand the characters, when you understand the development, the the politics that are happening with like what character wants what character is like trying to do something behind the scenes, and like oh shit, this guy's doing this, and like how is this guy going to avenge this guy because he just killed that guy, and like it's insane, but they do it through words and less action. It's amazing, dude.
I just feel like I'm at a point in my life where I think back in the day, I used to watch everything. Like, people would recommend me stuff and I'd watch it and I'd do that. But after a day or two, I would just forget all about it. And then I'd talk to people about it. And
watch Godfather when you're 30.
Yeah.
Don't watch it now. Watch it when you're much older and maturer. And then you'll... It's one of those films where you can't watch it unless you've unlocked a certain requirement to enjoy it, and that's what Godfather is. You can't just go in and then expect to like it because you're not. You have to go through certain things in your life to understand it and value it, and that's why it's literally one of the goats of like cinema.
I mean, I see the appeal from like the stills and all that, but I'm like, it's like almost 3 hours long.
These stills are crap. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know why it's this guy in the front. It has nothing to do with this guy, dude. It has nothing to do with him. I mean, it kind of does, but it's the main character is his son that you focus on, Al Pacino. But that's again, it's the politics of it all, and it's crazy. It's the only reason you have him because on the front cover, it's because it's Marlon Brando. That's it, because he's like a famous celebrity. But he's not the main character. He's not, somebody that you pay attention to or whatnot. But yeah,
I just feel like nowadays I tend to watch things that have a lot of hype and excitement around immediately, so like Euphoria season 3 is coming out, I think in a few days time, and there's a lot of excitement about that, so I'm like jumping into that, watching the previous seasons, catching up on it. And
is it good though?
Oh yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's one of those rare shows where it looks good in like the promotional art, and it's actually it does match with the look and feel of like the posters and the promotion. It's a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be, you know. But it's very artsy as well in its use of cinematography as well. So, yeah, that's a good show. But
I
yeah,
googled it and it just looks like a very rude show.
it is rude. It's very rude. But it's well written and well acted. It's probably one of Zendaya's best performances in anything.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay, she's. Because I know Sydney Sweeney's in it. I didn't know Zendaya was. So damn, that's like an all-star cast.
Even Sydney Sweeney's pretty good. I know she's controversial these days, but even she's pretty good in the show.
Yeah, her genes. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
controversial.
I know she went back on that statement, but yeah.
Crap. Do we go back to One Piece at this point, or have we
Yeah.
just veered off and should we just go to the next topic?
I mean, we can sort of like give our final thoughts on it because
Final thoughts.
I mean,
Egghead?
I'll try and find other things to praise about this arc. Bonnie using her technique to mimic Luffy's Gear 5 was sick. I did not
That's
see any
another
of that. That was cool.
controversial
That was cool.
That's another controversial moment as
I
well.
thought it was heartwarming because she was inspired by Nika and her father liked Nika.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
let me be like Nika.
I like it.
you know?
I like it as well. I think the fear comes from, oh no, everyone's going to be able to use Gear 5 in the future.
It's not that. It's like it's her power that mimics Gear 5. But that's kind of the vibe.
And Gear 5 is meant to be unique as well, and it shouldn't be accessible for everyone. Or
Oh,
anyone, sorry.
I don't really
But
mind.
I didn't care. I
Because
didn't care because I hate Gear 5 anyway.
it's Gear
Seeing Bonnie use it,
like,
it's fine.
we don't know if Gear 5 is the final form. Is it the final gear? Is there more gears?
I mean, that's meant to be the Nika. That's meant to be what
Nika.
looks like.
Maybe there's a
So
Gear 5 that looks different. Maybe
you're saying there's a Super Saiyan Nika mode? Oh,
yeah, like that's what I'm thinking, like a golden Nika, you know.
I don't want One Piece to be, oh, this guy has gotten stronger and I have to get stronger. Nah, he's
Yeah.
stronger and I have to get stronger. I don't want it to be Dragon Ball Z. Let this be the final form.
I think there's gonna be one more, maybe. I have a feeling.
Oh.
Because this is One Piece, like Elbaf isn't even the final arc of One Piece. There's still gonna be more to the story. You know,
Dude, I've been spoiled, so I can't say it.
I haven't seen anything on
I can't
Elbaf. All I know is that people are hating on Usopp for being a coward and not developing. That's all I'm hearing. Like, people are disappointed in Usopp.
The only character that's gotten a development post time skip is Sanji. Ain't that crazy?
Really?
From the Straw Hats. Because Sanji had the Whole Cake Island thing, and we got more backstory from him. That,
Oh, you're talking
wait,
about
the
backstory.
reason why because the reason why he's a chef was because of his mum.
Yeah, I thought
And
you
then
meant like
and
develop
then-
as like character change.
And he got
Like,
power ups. He got power ups as well. He could use that zero suit, whatever it's called.
Okay. I feel like
And even without the suit, he's gotten stronger.
true. I feel like we have a different idea of like development. I see development as someone like Bakugo who was a bully in the early seasons and had like a really hot-headed personality changing throughout the series.
Listen,
And
One Piece, I'm throwing them a bone. That's the most development you're ever going to be seeing from anyone. Let's
know.
be real. You're not.
Or
From
like-
episode 1 till the end, they're going to be the same people.
or like someone
be
like who else got like crazy development?
That's
Someone
it,
like
and one
Jean from
Naruto
Attack on Titan, where he was very arrogant and cocky and self-centered and wanted to live a cozy life as an MP, but decided to fight for the Scouts and give his life for humanity. Like, that's a
Now
development.
he's getting it on with Mikasa as well, which is
Or
great.
Peak. People think it's Peak Finger. You know, the car Titan.
Yeah.
It could be her. But I'm looking at all the Straw Hats and I'm thinking, who has changed the most? Who is different from the early days? And
Luffy, clearly. Like, Luffy's...
Luffy is the
Like, he's
only one
literally
I can
white hair
think
now.
of.
He's got white hair now. Luffy.
I think Nami might be different because when we first meet her, she has a hatred towards pirates and now she's become one and now she's because I didn't.
Well, Zoro as
Yeah.
well, because Zoro was a
He was a pirate hunter. Yeah, but I mean
But again, that's like,
that was years ago.
aside from the introduction, they've changed, but that's it. What else have they gotten? Nothing.
They've pretty much stayed the same people, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like Chopper was like fearful of humans back in the day, but
Again, this was
that was again,
He was fearful of humans, and now.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone on the Straw Hats who's actually changed. I feel like this is just Oda's way of telling stories where the character development happens when you meet them, you know?
He's more big on the world
World.
building than character building. I
Yeah.
think, and his world building is sick.
I feel
But to be
that's
honest
it.
with you, I've hated One Piece post time skip. I thought his world building wasn't interesting. I didn't like Punk Hazard. I didn't like Dressrosa. I didn't like Whole Cake. I didn't like Wano. I think they just dragged on a bit too long for me, and I
Interesting.
just lose interest. And then we get Egghead, and like, bro, this is the best we're going to be getting post time skip easily.
That's interesting
And
that
now I'm
you're saying
excited
that.
for. I'm excited for Elbath because now we're focusing on the main story. Why we watch One Piece? Because of, well, for me personally, people watch for characters. I just want to know what One Piece is. These ancient weapons. We're finally on that main road. No more side roads. No more losing track and going on these side adventures. We're focusing on what matters most now, and that's what I'm excited for.
Okay. I mean, I actually kind of disagree in some areas. I feel like the only like underwhelming arcs post time skip for me were Whole Cake and Punk Hazard. Like, I feel like the other arcs still had a lot of things that I liked about in One Piece. Like, they still had like the fun adventures, the new islands, the locations, the characters that are introduced. I think I kind of like seeing a lot of new characters and how they fit into the story, and they kind of somewhat cause like a chain reaction to what continues, you know? Like, going to Dress
It
Rose.
certainly did do a chain reaction, but I was not on that chain, bro. I did not want to. I did not want
Yeah.
to follow that whole arc with the samurai that was chopped in half, and then following him to Dress Rosa into Wano. Like, hey, Straw Hats, help me, and whatnot.
Yeah. Like,
I understand
yeah.
why Oda did it, because it was Luffy development to get Gear 5 and whatnot, but it was so dragged out, so
Yeah.
long. Bro, why does One Piece have to be over 1,000 chapters and episodes? It didn't need to be this long to convey that message.
I agree.
to me.
It didn't. Like, again, one of the best animes of all time. In fact, my favorite anime of all time, Attack on Titan. Only 89 episodes, and they've completed the story, dude. 89 episodes, and it's done. You know?
Even Oda was saying just he's dragging it out just to waste time. Is what he said recently. So even he's admitted to, like,
I will
issue.
say, on a rewatch, Dressrosa is pretty hard to get through. That's
Yeah,
like,
it is,
because I
man.
did rewatch the whole show from the beginning after. You remember when Gear 5 was introduced in the anime in Wano?
Yeah.
That was back in 2023. That was the point where I decided to go back and rewatch the whole show from the beginning again.
Was this before One Punch Man season 3 or after you rewatched?
So when I started,
Dressrosa?
oh, you mean
When you rewatched Dressrosa?
when I rewatched it? This was before One Punch Man.
Okay, because the only reason I mentioned that is because One Punch Man season 3 has exposed me of how, like, anime works now,
Yeah,
and it has ruined anime for me for life. It's we'll talk about Fire Force, but damn, it definitely has ruined me.
yeah. I mean,
So
dude, going to, because we went to Confetti. I mean,
yeah,
we went there, so we know what animation is and we know how it works. So I kind of already knew how anime was like, but I think as you get older and the more you see and you compare, you're like, wow, this anime looks good. Wow, this anime don't look good. I'm starting to
this
understand.
is a presentation. This is a
Yeah.
PowerPoint presentation.
I'm starting to understand why there's a lot of controversy behind studios animating certain shows, like, as much as I love Attack on Titan, I'm starting to understand why there was a big uproar during the Marley arc. You know, because when that arc came out, I was like excited to see new Attack on Titan content. You know, I'm like, yes, Aaron's back. They're fighting the Marleyans. But now when you rewatch it, you're starting to see why it was controversial at the time. You know, you're like, okay, I see now why people were angry. You know,
Because you were lost in the hype, the
it
excitement.
was like the music. I think for me, it was like the whole idea of like a new studio taking on Attack on Titan. There was like a whole new composer, so there was new music. It was like a different vibe. You know, season 4. It was like giving off. It was like the same show, but like a new vibe. The same way I viewed it was the same way I viewed Doctor Who season 5 with Matt Smith's introduction. It was like the same story, but it was almost like a revival, like a soft reboot. So it was interesting seeing like a new take on Attack on Titan at the time. But on a rewatch, you do see slight sort of like hiccups here and there, you know. Like the more times I rewatch it, the more I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was like this.
Now.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I can see why people were angry, but it is what it is. They had like months to make it, so yeah. But at least they got better in the end.
Look where Mappa is right now. Dude.
Yeah.
They have been killing it.
Yeah.
Guys.
At least with Attack on Titan, the beginning looked great and the ending looked great. So as long as the beginning and ending are good, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But
Wit Studio have just spoiled us.
Yeah.
With some like top tier animation, dude. They were never like they were on a losing ground for season 4. That Marley arc. There was no way of like pleasing everyone.
I don't think even like was it like a director or a producer said that even they wished that they had this was years ago. Like I remember someone saying that they wished that they had used the same illustrations as Wit Studio, but they just didn't have enough time to like refine it like that. Which is what it is, dude, because I mean MAPPA are like they had like 2,000 projects at the time, you know.
Also, it does kind of help them that it is like a time skip.
Yeah.
Because the characters look different.
Yeah,
So
like
there
that was like the best
that.
time to change the art style. If it happened in season 3 part 2, it would have been awful to like change the art style midway through the story. But like season 3 acts as an ending to that era of Attack on Titan story, like not knowing what happens. You know, some people even say that they could just watch up to the ending of season 3 and be like, hey, it ended, you know. You can actually see that as an ending in a way where the gang find out they reach their conclusion. They found out the secrets. They know what's going on, but now it's left on an open ending, you know. You can actually see this as like a sort of open ending of the show. A bit like I was gonna say Fire Force, but is that a spoiler?
Yeah, it will be a spoiler.
I won't say too much about Fire Force.
Have you asked how long has Attack on Titan been finished now?
24. Almost 3 years now.
3 years.
3 years. I feel like with Fire Force as well, like I won't say what happens at the end, but there's an episode before the ending, like a couple of episodes that I'm like, if they had ended it here, that would have been a good way to end it, you know. I don't know if people would have liked it, but I would have.
Is it concluded now, Fire Force?
Oh yeah, it's done.
Finished?
It's all done. It's all done.
Okay. Should we talk about Fire Force?
Yeah, why not?
Are we fully done with One Piece now? Egghead, should we move on? Is there anything else?
What else is there? There's not really a whole lot. Luffy and the pirates. So Bonnie, she punches Spider-Man. That was satisfying.
Actually, let's mention a quick mention to Kizaru. Randomly just feeding Luffy, saving his life.
Yeah.
That's a. What is that? Is that, can we classify that as a character development?
I think so. Yeah.
He's helping the bad guys. Or
you can kind of see it
or
as
is it
that.
because he's doing it because he's seen his old friend die, and he's like, nah. can't support this anymore. It's
think
interesting to
so.
see. I think Kizaru will stay. To be honest with you, I don't think he's leaving.
Yeah, I mean, he was crying about killing, Vegapunk.
Vegapunk.
Yeah, but yeah, it
But
is what it is.
Let's get into Fire Force.
So, how many episodes
so
have
I've
you
only
seen?
5 episodes, which I think is enough to give me a good idea where the show will be heading.
Okay, so how do you feel about these first 5 episodes?
I'll go through each episode, right? So the
Okay.
first episode, the animation looked neat.
Yeah.
I started with English dub and I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
And
Okay.
So I switched to Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
But then I noticed with the Crunchyroll subtitles, the Japanese was missing some like context to what was writing in the subtitles. So I switched it back to English because the English they would give context to what they were saying. So I stuck with English.
Okay.
The animation good. The opening was amazing. I've heard that opening many times. I didn't realize it was from Fire Force.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the characters, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
From episode 1, the characters are a bit bland.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to see this guy's backstory 5 times in a single episode, dude. How many times are you going to have to tell me that his family burned down in that house?
Yeah.
How many times are you going to tell
You're
me?
gonna get a lot. It's not a spoiler, but you're gonna get a lot more of that.
Like, why you keep recapping this stuff that I've already seen? Like, move on. I don't care. Just move on. Oh, and also there was a bit of fan service in the shower scene. I'm like, oh. God.
Yep, that was in episode 1. Like, wow. That is like a sort of.
Literally right there.
Yeah, right there. It's
Right
like,
there.
it's like. I don't know how to say this, but I was a little bit like, not disappointed, but like, it's like you introduce these new characters for the first time, and this is how you introduce them. Like, you don't even see their faces. It's like, boom. It's like, I don't want to get all woke, but it's like, what type of messaging is that?
I don't want to get.
Yeah, I don't. It's like, what type of messaging is that to young dudes? Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Well, female characters,
it's just boom.
no male character.
Yeah, it's like the male characters you actually get. You do get like you see them immediately, like their faces and who they are, but the moment the female characters are introduced, it's like body, no clothes, and then you see their face. It's like they can't even. I don't know how to say it, but it's like
they just didn't even care. They just
it's like that is like the most important thing to them, essentially. Yeah.
So basically, after watching episode 1, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna expect much from this series. I'll keep going. If I get bored, I'll drop it. I get to episode 2, and they're on a rooftop.
Yeah.
And then the black-haired girl. To be honest, I don't know any of their names except Shinra.
So this is Maki right here. That's Shinra,
Maki,
Kusakabe. This is Arthur, and this is Iris.
Iris.
Yeah.
And Obi is the leader, right? Obi
Yeah, he's the dude. The main dude.
Okay, yeah, the gym dude.
Yeah,
bro.
the gym bro.
So Maki is playing with matches, right?
Yeah.
And then she creates her own fireball one, and I'm like, oh, this is actually interesting. I'm liking this. Okay, she's like a 2nd generation Fire Force unit or whatever they call themselves in this world. This is interesting. I'm liking this, breaking down what these abilities can do. And then you see Shinra and Arthur start fighting each other, and I'm like, who is this blonde-haired dude? What the hell's going on? And why does he have like a sword with no flame or whatever? This is weird. And then you find out he's a 3rd generation like Shinra or something like that, because they both came up in the academy.
Pretty much.
I like that. I'm liking his character introduction. This is interesting. And then they have a fight with Marky, and then Marky's like, hey, I could control fire flames when it's already active or whatnot. I'm like, yo, I'm liking this. This is interesting. Okay, I'm going to keep going. And then something happens. Oh, we get to the house, right? And then they have to put someone down. I'm like, oh, this is good. This is interesting. I'm liking this.
Yep.
And then they're talking about hiding your weapons because you're literally going to be putting down one of their family members. there's a bit of you need a bit of morality in this, like just hide your weapons, be don't be a dick about it or whatnot. I like this. This is cool. I'm gonna keep going. So episode 2, just like, wow, this is a change of pace, way better than the first episode. I'm liking this. I want more of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to episode 2.
Is it 3?
Episode 3, and I was a bit confused because now all of a sudden this is obviously it's Marky's wearing some weird outfit or whatnot. Like, well, okay, that's weird. Why is she wearing that now? She's standing next to Shinra. This is weird. Okay. And then you get to the next slide. Oh, Marky's wearing clothes again. Okay, that makes sense. But no, it's 2 different characters. But they look the same. That was not helpful.
They do look very similar. Yeah.
Like, what? And I hated this scene. This is so dumb, dude. What are you talking? How so stupid.
Yeah.
This is so dumb. Like, what are you trying to teach?
Yeah, I mean, again, you can call me woke for saying this, but it's just sending a bad message to young men about this. It's like whenever I see this in anime, I'm like, oh man,
Nothing, to be honest with you, it's nothing egregious like the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to drop that shit.
It's like, and the thing is that
this is weird. This was weird. I can't lie. This was weird. Okay, it was weird. It still is.
And even there was a scene with her and Arthur when I think they fell down somewhere, and then she lands on his face, and it's like, oh no.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I think I was on my phone. I think I was zoned out when that happened. I just And they get into the building, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is where it piqued my interest. Oh, the Fire Force people are not who they say they are. Oh, this is interesting. So they're not good people. They're not good. They might not be good people or whatnot. They could be like doing something behind the scenes which is evil and not for the interests of the people. Like they're trying to protect themselves. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I'm liking this.
Yep.
And the guy calls himself Joker or something like that.
The Joker. Yeah.
And then
this whole scene.
Then Shinra takes the boring answer and he's like, nah, I want to be a hero. Screw if my little brother is still alive or whatnot. I'm just gonna okay then, whatever. I mean, if you get news and you hear somebody say, yeah, your little brother is still alive or whatnot, you're not gonna investigate it, you're just gonna leave it. Fine, whatever. Shinra's a different dude, I guess. Whatever. And then I get to episode 4. You get introduced to Team 5?
Yep,
whatever
Team 5.
They are.
Yep.
Team 5. The big boober woman.
We get introduced to Monkey D. Luffy as a lady.
Wait, that's the voice actor?
Yeah. That's Luffy's
Oh, no, I'm watching
English.
English dub.
Yeah,
right,
that's Luffy's English. Yeah.
Right, okay. Because very good, actually. This is good.
That's why I said that she's a good actress. She can change her range.
Yeah, so because I am watching it English dub, right? These voices have they have worked. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. Issue is I don't know if it's better than the Japanese dub or not because I've not back to see if it. So I can't really compare it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it feels empty, and I haven't connected with any character yet because I understand English or whatnot, and it feels kind of monotone.
Fair enough.
Like Obi's character, yes, I'm a gym bro. I just lift weights. Yeah, we just protect and serve. They all sound like that, to be honest, except Luffy's character. She's very different, which I like.
I feel like that's kind of the vibe of a lot of dubs. Like, I feel like the female characters have more emotion than the male characters. They're a little bit more stoic.
Yes.
I think
100%.
One Piece is a little better in that case because I feel like a lot of the men in that show, the male voice actors, do a better job at least giving emotion. Like, some of them have a high voice, some of them have a low voice, but it's kind of like the same sort of like, the same monotone voice, like, I'm a man, here I am. It's kind of like,
all the same, dude. When they speak, it's all
they
the
all
same.
sound like Zoro in the dub, like, or like Piccolo and Vegeta. It's kind of that. hello, I'm here. It's kind of that vibe. This scene was wild where she's just walking on those dudes.
Yeah, she's just walking on people like she's a dominatrix, and then you see her stupid ass Charlie's Angel crew in the background as well. Like, what is these attires, dude? What are they wearing? Come on, be serious, please.
Yeah.
And then I think we get a moment in this same episode later on where Shinra and this woman fight.
Yep.
And then she takes away Shinra's fire abilities and whatnot. This is the only scene that made me laugh, because this show is trying to get comedic moments out of you and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where she's standing over him and she's like, lick the boot, lick the boot. And he's like, no. And then she walks up closer and then he takes a peek. I didn't expect that. You see his face just change and blush because he's trying to, like, and the camera pans to it as well, which is funny.
Yeah.
And then she like steps back and was like, "Will, what are you doing? Like, what did you expect what was gonna happen? You're literally hovering over him."
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever. That's the introduction to this squad fight.
Yep.
Then we get to episode 5.
Yep.
We're attacking the base. We're already in the base.
Yep.
What are we doing? How do we get from introduction of Team 5
Mm-hmm.
and now we're invading Team 5's base?
Yep.
What?
That is my big issue with the show, is the pacing. They go.
Why? Are we...
It is so
I
fast.
hated it.
It's so fast. They don't even have time to breathe or like, hey, let's have an episode where we plan to infiltrate. It's just boom. Let's just go there. That's the big problem I have with the show, is how fast it is. That could be seen as a good thing, but I feel like,
if you
especially,
have a TikTok brain,
Yeah.
new generation, sure,
But, like,
not us. We don't. I
Yeah.
can't.
like after watching the One Piece Egghead arc and then jumping into this, it's like, wow, they are speed running through this. It's like, it's
Very
honestly,
Game of Thrones vibes. It's
it's, I'd say House of the Dragon more, but yeah,
House
Game of
of the
Thrones,
Dragons,
yeah, because that show
It's
has
too
that,
fast.
yeah. But
Too fast.
this show basically confirmed that. I think I like slow, like there is a balance to be found somewhere, but if a show does have slow pacing, then at least it takes its time to, like, you know, like, you enjoy a scene and you have time to think about it more. But if it's fast, it just sort of like skips and zooms, and it makes it feel a bit awful to watch at times. It's like, wow, it's like you're watching YouTube shorts essentially, you know. But yeah,
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was like a whiplash. Yo, whoa! How
that
are we
is
already
that
invading
is the
your
vibe
base?
of the rest of the show. You know, you're gonna get that a lot. You know,
Oh no! Okay.
especially in like
I
big
had-
moments. It's like, oh no. So
And then
that's
we gotta have to talk about Iris for some reason.
yeah.
Just out in the open, half naked for some
Yep.
reason.
So she,
Like, okay,
I think she
why-
burns her
why?
clothes, and then it's
No,
like,
before that, Shinra's walking by and just notices Iris on the ground, all wet.
yeah.
All wet. She's just.
Oh yeah, I
skin-
think she pours water on her. It's like a prayer that she does. I
It's
think.
like a holy water. This show is like, bro, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah,
Dude, if I was a Christian, I'll be pissed off. Like, what are we doing? That's
Yeah.
like, it's a religious figure. It's meant to be a nun, and then you're like doing this stupid, weird, perverted crap. Like,
yeah.
come on,
That
this-
is the vibe. It's very much like, oh gosh. It's
very offensive. I would say, yeah, very offensive.
yeah. It's yeah. So that's where you are with the show, episode 5.
Yeah, I want to shout out Arthur because he does something in the show which I haven't seen in the TV. I haven't seen an anime movie or anime TV show. I have never seen any type of anime do this ever before in my life. But shout out to Arthur for giving me a real life flashbang. I'm blind. He does this blue flash and I'm blind. He
Damn.
blinds me. I've never seen any anime do that before in my life. He just blinds me. Like, I had to like put my hand in front of my eyes because it was so bright. But it
This
was
thing,
cool. That was
yeah.
like,
Stranger
like the
Things did
coolest-
this in season 1 a little bit. Like, there's a scene towards the end of season 1 of Stranger Things where the screen
That's
starts to
live action.
flicker, a lot.
That's live action. I'm talking about 2D animation.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
Like, they just put blue filters. Like, damn, that's bright, dude.
They need to put like a
Did you find-
sensitive warning on it.
Yeah, they need to find like a GIF of that shot because it's like a blinding flash.
I don't want to see that
Which
because I'm sensitive to
Very
that.
impressive. I can't lie. It's a shot, Arthur.
Yeah.
And also the villain that Arthur was fighting, because there's not enough character development for that guy. I don't care. He just kills him. I don't even care. Please tell me the show gets better.
It kind
Or do I
of
drop it
does.
down?
Like, this is my opinion of the show. It kind of does get better and it kind of doesn't. So all the things that you don't like about it, it's still going to be apparent in the future. But I do feel like the story does get a bit interesting, especially towards the end. But I don't know if it was worth it. Like, it's like, okay, this happens, but I feel like this type of story is better done in other shows, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it has like a bit of a mystery, like what's going on with all this stuff. But you can watch this type of show in like other series that are done better. Like, I can't think of any from the top of my head, but something like this, like the mystery, I don't know if the mystery was even like worth it in the end. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but it depends on you, dude. Like, do you like the show enough to continue it, you know?
Listen,
Are you
I
curious?
loved episode 2. I loved episode 2.
Okay.
Is there more of that slow pace in no?
There
or is
are a
it the
couple
rest?
of episodes where you do have slow paced episodes, like that you will be like, okay, I like this, but from what I remember, it's like action, 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 take a break. It's like action for 3 episodes, then an episode
this
where
is
they
another
break.
issue I have.
Yeah.
I don't like the abilities. I don't like Shinra's kicks. I think it's very boring. And if I get
Yeah.
more of that, I'm just gonna zone out.
It's pretty
I'll
much
give it another 5
yeah.
more episodes. And if the story hasn't captured me by episode 10, I'm just gonna drop it.
Yeah, I'd say continue watching it for a bit because it does get interesting, but then it's like it doesn't at the same time. It's hard to explain.
Oh, no.
It's like it
Like it'll
does
hype
and it
something,
doesn't.
and then they gloss over it.
Pretty much.
Speed through.
It's speed through in it. Yeah. But it all depends on you. You might, because art is subjective, so you might watch it and be like it's a masterpiece. But I
This is
watch it.
what
and
you were
I don't.
mentioning before about being a 17-year-old with
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like if I was 17 years old, I would have loved Fire Force. I
Yeah.
think this would have been the show for me.
Me
if I was a
too.
kid.
Yeah.
That's that type of show.
Me too.
Vibe I'm getting.
I think
from the
I would have liked this as a younger person. Like, if I had watched this during that era of me watching anime and confetti, then yeah, I think I would have loved it even more.
Tell me about season 2 because, shockingly enough, it's or not shockingly, people are saying season 2 is worse than season 1. What is that? Just based off the animation, or is it the story and writing?
I need like
was the?
I won't show you the recap. I just need to like recap for myself because I barely remember season
Okay.
2. Season 3 is the most memorable season for me because it's more
Okay.
recent and I think the plot gets
that's not-
better in that season.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay.
Let me have a look. So what happens in season 2? What even okay. What even happens in season 2? Season 2 is such a forgettable season. Like, what even happens? I'm like, what the heck?
Oh no.
Let
Is
me
it
get a
25 episodes
I need to
as well?
yeah, it's the same amount. I need to see a recap. Just to
Fire.
okay, that happens. Then that happens. That happens. That happens. That happens. Oh yeah, that scene was kind of racist as well. Okay, that happens.
What? A racist?
Well, I saw it as racist, but I might be too. I think it's my work brain just being like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's a person of color right there. What are you doing?" And he says it over and over again. It's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I saw it as a bit racist, but Okay. Okay. I remember now. So stuff happens, but then stuff doesn't happen at the same time. But then stuff does happen. And then that sequence was awesome. And then that guy was kind of weird. And then what was going on there? Oh yeah, then that scene happened. And then more fan service. But she's 17 years old. What the heck? Okay. Oh yeah, then they go there. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So season 2 is the season where you get to you're introduced to more of the villains. Essentially, it's like, I feel like with season 2, it's kind of the same with season 1, but you at least get to know the villains a bit more. Essentially. So what I say is finish season 1. If you like where it's going, if you're curious, then just keep going, you know. I feel like because the show is very fast paced, you won't be too bored with it, you know. It depends on you, you know. I mean, I watched it and I was like, overall, I think the show is fine, you know.
You know what's messed up? In that time frame, instead of watching Fire Force, you could have watched Yu-Gi.
I could have actually, you know.
Crazy.
I could have.
Same length as well.
You know what? I will watch a couple of episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! And see what it's all about. I will see. I'll try it. I'll try it out. I'll see if it's
because this is
worth
legit.
it.
This is like McDonald's fast food. Is
Yeah.
what Fire Force is right now. It's unhealthy, and I understand why you don't want to watch any more anime because of Fire Force. I understand. I'll give it like episode 11. I'll watch it up until episode 11, and then I'll make my judgment if I want to keep watching it or not. Also, should I give a prediction of who his little brother is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he's a bad guy. I think that's obvious. He's gonna be raised up to be a villain or something, and he has the same kind of a Generation 3 abilities as Shinra, and characters that combust as well. I think somebody in Team 8 will combust, and I think Shinra will have some sort of combust ability as well. Potentially. That's my favorite.
Cool. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see, dude. Gotta wait and see. You gotta wait and see. But yeah, that's Fire Force in a nutshell. Moving on from one anime to another, we got a new update regarding My Hero Academia. And this time next month will be the special final episode coming out. So it's the real final episode, you know. Not the finale you saw in the end of the anime. It's the true final episode. Because this episode is adapting the final chapter and the extra pages. So, yeah.
Do we know how long it will be?
People are saying it could be an hour, it could be half an hour, we don't know. Let me just have a look. We type in Boku. Okay. Where is it? Here it is. So we've got a new key visual for it. It's pretty much what you saw in the ending of the finale with Deku flying off. We don't know how long it's going to be, but it's coming out soon. So yeah. We're going to see a little bit more of these characters and what happened after this scene. So that's going to be cool.
That's nice. I love that.
Yeah.
Do we know what Hirokoshi is doing now? Or is he just...
I think he's on a break for now. Yeah. Dude's on a break now.
I hope... Because when mangakas, when they finish writing this show, they don't do any spin-offs or anything like that. They just put the pen to rest. I want to see more, man. Like, don't... end it there, man. Just keep writing like a short spin-off series or something. You know, that's it. Keep the ball rolling for at least a few months.
Yeah.
Like I would like Attack on Titan. I want to see come on, show us more post Attack on Titan scenes, man. Come on.
I don't
Even
think
if it's like just boring stuff.
I don't think we're gonna get that. Yeah, because I don't know, did Hajime Isayama? Yeah, he said in an interview a couple of months ago that he won't be able to write anything as good as Attack on Titan anymore.
Yeah, that's depressing. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't blame him because he started when he was 19. You know, I'm sure he's burned out. I'm sure the fandom have really, like, you know, just burnt him out when it comes to, like, writing and all that. I don't know what more we can do with Attack on Titan, you know, like, maybe a great Titan War movie, but I kind of feel like it's a one and done thing, you know, like, what you saw in the show is pretty much what it was, and it's done now.
It's so crazy how Wit Studio is like, we need to find a new anime to work on, and then they just picked Attack on Titan. Because at the early stage of Attack on Titan, it was rough, right? The art style was very rough early days. So I'm surprised they just went, yeah, we want to work on that.
Yeah.
And then they just created one of the biggest IPs in the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Insane.
Yeah. It was the anime that got me into anime, pretty much, you know. Without this show, I probably wouldn't have watched Naruto.
Look at that poster, dude. Look at the poster of like Eren looking at the Colossal Titan.
Yeah.
Appearing over the wall. It's so sick.
I know. No, that's such a iconic, classic poster. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything more with Isayama for now. I think he's pretty much done. I think it's fine. You know, there are plenty of artists out there who are making content.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to anime, I'm not too sure what is going to be the next big Attack on Titan, but so far, I think One Piece has the potential to be that for me. It's the only show in many years, in like recent years, that I'm like, wow, it's given me Attack on Titan vibes of like me being excited for the future of it.
Because you don't know anything, right?
Yeah, I don't know the future.
Is that why? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there is Jujutsu Kaisen as well, which I would say is like on level with Attack on Titan.
Maybe just animation. I would say just animation. I don't know about story, but animation, yeah. I don't think the story is as interesting.
You hate the ending, did you?
I was lukewarm on it. I was like, it's okay. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's just okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, One Piece has a great potential. I swear to God, if it still has the same pacing issues as the previous arcs, I'm like, what is the point of seasonal? What's the point?
I'm even thinking of just waiting until all the episodes are out, or maybe just reading the manga.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not waiting weekly for an episode of One Piece when the manga is out.
The manga,
yeah.
I've pre-ordered the was it 111 One Piece volume, the latest one that will be coming out, and that will be on pace with the Elbaf anime. So it's literally the very first pages of Elbaf, and that's going to be neck and neck with the anime arc. So I will be watching it weekly because I'm going to be reading the manga anyway.
I'm not watching it weekly. Nah. And plus, I'm watching it in dub. I know that's a bit of a hot take, but
a good delay.
Yeah, it's a massive delay. Like the recent dub episodes just came out a couple of days ago. And it's been months since the Japanese one came to an end, so yeah. By the time
not good.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a long time. I used to watch it in sub, but yeah.
What about Fire Force? Do we have to wait for the dub on that, or was it?
The dub came out at the same time, so no, you don't have to wait.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I feel like these days I'm starting to watch more anime in dub than sub, you know. Like if an anime is finished, I always watch it in dub, you know. Which I never used to do back in the day, you know. I used to be a very sub-purist type of person. I used to only want to watch stuff in the original language, but then I realized that anime is animation. Like, the characters aren't real people, so it doesn't matter what language you watch it in, you know. If it was a live action, then I would watch it in sub, but these aren't real people. These are just drawings, you know. They're illustrations, so it doesn't matter what language.
There's a lot of great Korean films out there, and why on earth would you ever watch that in dub?
Yeah, that's bad. Don't ever watch it in dub. Yeah, you need to watch that in the original language, because when it's a real person speaking, you can't match it with the mouth movements.
Yeah, animation makes more sense to watch it in dub.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the visuals, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, as much as I like JJK season 3, I have been having a hard time following the story.
The subtitles. Yeah.
Because
there's so much action going on, and you're looking down at the subtitles.
When I was watching the Chainsaw Man movie, I watched it in Japanese, and then I was like, what's going on? And then I watched it in dub, and I was like, oh, that's better. Because you're watching it, and then you're hearing the plot. So you're kind of like, you're almost sort of immersed into the world more when you watch it in English or a language you understand.
Yeah.
And plus, I don't like this argument of people being like, well, the sub is better because it just sounds better. But you don't understand the language. You don't understand what they're saying. Like, unless you understand Japanese and all the syllables.
It comes down, I think it literally is like tonal, like because of the syllables and the way how they express certain sounds and letters and all that stuff. Maybe it's just people like hearing like certain sounds coming out like Japanese people's mouths or whatnot. I should just switch. Should I try Fire Force in Japanese again and see if I would like it more than the English dub? Because even though I'm enjoying the English dub, I'm not really connecting well with the characters. Is it because I'm not attached to the voices yet? I don't know.
Maybe it is the voices for you. Maybe you just like it in Japanese because of the... You know, maybe it gives you more of that anime experience, you know. Maybe that's it.
Or it could be like just, you're not wrong. This is just a McDonald's slop that you're feasting on right now. So
yeah. Because I watched, was it Neon Genesis Evangelion in dub, and I thought that was amazing, you know.
Oh, dude, classic anime in dub is amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's different to modern dub. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That is interesting, isn't it? I feel like a lot of modern dubs are improving. They're not like how they were like 7 years ago.
I guess improving, but it sounds all the same for some reason. I think that's my issue with it. It just sounds so similar. Like the guy, like specifically with the men when trying to be stoic.
Yeah, the stoic men, they're the ones that are very similar. But even to an extent, like the stoic men in dub, like, I mean, the Japanese, they all kind of have the same voice. Like any old man in a Japanese version of an anime all sound the same. You know, like the old man in this show as well, the principal, like he sounds like pretty much any old man in any anime. Pretty much so. Yeah, that's that. But yeah, moving on from that topic to another. Are you a big Pixar fan? You've been watching any new Pixar movies lately? When was the last Pixar film you watched, actually?
The last Pixar film, it would be Toy Story 4, I think.
In 2019.
Yeah, dude. A long time ago. So I'm not really the biggest Pixar fan.
You've missed on a lot of big ones then.
Yeah, how?
Well, a recent one that just came out was Hoppers, that came out last month. And I watched
when
it.
the girl transforms into the beaver, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It actually is giving me, like, you know, those mid-2000 movies where, like, characters would turn into animals. It's kind of that vibe, actually. You know, which I kind of liked. But I won't lie. There was a section in the movie where I dozed off.
That's what I do.
It's such a... Yeah, it's such a... How can I say it? it's such a normal movie, you know, like it doesn't do anything shocking or interesting, but it doesn't do anything terrible either, you know.
So it's just playing it safe.
It's
It's
yes,
like
it's a safe movie.
you're gonna be getting what you're expecting, essentially.
Yeah, what you see in the poster is pretty much what you're gonna get in the movie. So yeah, I just think the other Pixar movies of the before this one were better. You know, I think some Pixar movies that you missed out that I think are pretty good. Inside Out 2, that's a pretty good one. That keeps your attention that you missed out.
Because I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Inside Out, so I just skipped Inside Out 2.
Oh, fair enough. This one's a lot more. I think maybe because there aren't any humans in it, maybe that's why you weren't as invested.
I didn't care about the shy person.
Oh, you mean Sadness?
Sadness, yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
care about sadness.
Yeah, she's kind of the same in this sequel, you know.
I do like the voice. See, isn't this weird? Because for Western animation, the English dub is amazing, right? Is it? Is it because it's like written well, written better, and it fits? It's the lip sync. It fits in lip sync, and that's why it just sounds better, rolls off better. But then when you're doing it with anime, the English dub is trying
The
to
anime
like,
is
lip
always
sync
like
with-
this. It's always so exaggerated. It's like that, you know.
Yeah, it's trying to like sync up with the voices as well, because the animation of the mouth is already animated for the Japanese's voiceover, so they're trying to like
I
use the.
I just think it's because anime might be a exaggerated sort of type of medium.
Okay.
Because even when you watch it in Japanese, like they do scream and they do
That's so
all-
epic, dude. Come on, it's so epic.
they do
when
like
they do
shout a
scream.
lot, like, and so
Yeah,
like when you do that in English, because you understand
Doesn't-
English,
it's not well,
you
yeah.
think it's cringe. But like with Western, they don't
I'm
do
gonna
that.
come after you.
Like a lot of
I'm
Western,
gonna-
yeah, it's like that. Like I feel like a lot of Western animation tends to sync more with like live action. It's very much on par with that. Like it's pretty much live action, but with animated characters. You know, they talk and sound like live action people. You know, I think that's why it doesn't come across as like bad. And plus, they designed the show for the English, you know,
Yeah.
audience, whereas anime is designed for the Japanese audience. So certain phrases and syllables they have to change around because it might not translate over in the West well.
I wanted to speak about Hoppers because that is competing with another animated show, right?
Another animated film. Yeah.
Yeah, animated film.
Yep.
Did you see Mario Galaxy?
I
movie?
did see it. I did.
All critics right on this one that it is a painful experience to sit through and watch.
So
New
before
York
I
giving
talk
this a
about
0.
this one, let's talk about the first one just before. So you've
Yeah,
you've never seen the first one, have you?
I attempted to watch it and then I just I turned the TV off. I didn't like.
I actually liked the first one for what it was. It was like an underdog story of like these plumbers who have to like rise up and be the Super Mario Brothers, you know, and all that. I thought it was a fun little origin story because I'll be honest, dude, apart from like a day or two of me playing these games when I was 9 years old, I don't know anything about this world or the characters.
There's no story. It's bro.
You know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. These games have no story whatsoever. It's literally the castle. The princess is locked in a castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rescue her. That's the most you're gonna be getting out of these games.
Yeah.
Bro. Is no story whatsoever.
But I think they did a good job with the first one actually making a sort of narrative for this, you know, world, you know,
Yeah.
considering what the source material of the games are. And I'm like, okay, I like this, you know. And
I did find it weird, sorry, that there's like a real world and then there's like the fantasy world. Because in the games, I always thought it was just one and the same. Like it takes place in the same world.
I feel like
But
this is
they
yeah,
differentiated it. They just split it
yeah.
up, which is weird.
I kind of wish Sonic the Hedgehog was like this, where the real world is still animated, you know? I just feel like
I
sometimes,
don't know.
you don't like that take.
I don't know, dude. I think because like One Piece, right? We see Chopper, and Chopper kind of works because Chopper is kind of like Sonic, the way they're
Yeah.
animated. I think it works well. I think it's okay.
I feel like like in the earlier movies, I feel like the real world looked a bit bland to me. Like
Oh no, yeah, I agree.
when the animated
First film.
characters like Sonic, Knuckles, or Tails, whenever they interact, it always you're more engaged. But then whenever it cuts to the humans, if you're not Jim Carrey, then you're just a nothing burger, you know.
That's
And
why
it's like,
the third film was amazing.
yeah,
Less humans.
yeah, it's like you're cutting from the people to like these really vibrant characters, and it's such a downgrade when you look at a regular person in the movie. It's like, ugh, like, you know, I almost just wish the whole thing was just animated, you know, sometimes, especially the first two movies. The third one is a bit better because the humans aren't in it as much, and they do interesting stuff with the visuals, like go to space and all that. So I think they do a better job with the third one, but yeah. But going back to Mario, I think the first movie was pretty good. And then the second movie...
What was the plot? Or
So
what was the plot of the first Mario film?
I haven't seen it since 2023, dude, so I barely remember it, but from what
Was
I can
it
think...
Princess Peach locked in another castle situation?
I
Or
remember
no?
she was like a
I know-
trainer. She trained Mario
Because she was a
to...
bit woke in this, wasn't she? As they say, she was like more.
I actually
guess,
liked her
masculine.
character in it, you know, because from what I'm hearing, Princess Peach is like some sort of Sleeping Beauty character in the games where she just lies in the tower waiting for her Prince Charming to come and rescue her. Is that what she's like?
In the like early Mario games, yeah, and then it changed where she's a playable character. So you
Interesting.
can play as Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, or Yoshi. But and then even in those games, I don't even know what the story is. It's just more of a gameplay thing. You go
Yeah.
out, have fun, jump on a Goomba, interact with a block. That's it. Get to the end. I don't think there was any story really.
That's
Its
interesting.
Main component is the gameplay and story.
Because I actually liked her
Oh.
a lot in the first one. She was more interesting than what people were complaining about that she was. Because from the fans who were like saying, I don't know, like from what I was hearing when the trailers were coming out for the first one, people were like, oh no, they're making her a girl boss. But I kind of like that. It makes her more of an interesting person, you know?
I think it does make her an interesting character and less one note.
Yeah.
But because I see that trope played out so much, it becomes its own one note
Yeah.
character. If
But
that
at
makes
least-
sense, because
yeah.
it's so overdone, like with these boss characters, like girl boss thing.
But I feel like she was written in a way where it's like, I just don't know what type of person people wanted her to be, you know? Like, did you just want her to be like a one note character who doesn't really do much, or like, I just feel like
Well,
this is...
I haven't even
yeah.
seen. To be honest with you, I've not
Yeah.
even seen the first film. I know she's guiding Mario into this world, like
Yeah.
this is that, and this
She's
is
almost
this.
like a Yoda, essentially. She's kind of like training him, and then she kind of does cool things in the movie, but
Why was she training him again? What was the reason?
it was like
What's going on
for him
here?
to understand the world, and I barely remember it, but there's a whole montage sequence of him like running around on cubes, and she's just watching him being like, Mario do this, Mario do that, and he's doing it, and then
Because she, judging by these images, right?
yeah.
She looks very angry, and in the games, she's not angry.
I mean, she
That's-
smiles here, she smiles there, but yeah, it's more. I don't know. I just because I don't know the game character. I'm just sort of like viewing her in the movie world as like she is what she is in this movie, you know.
all the characters like Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, they're all happy, jolly. Even Peach, happy, jolly, whatnot. Never angry. So seeing any of these characters angry is just feels so weird and out of place.
I think Mario was
But-
angry a bit in, like, he was angry in this scene when he's fighting Donkey Kong, I think.
Donkey Kong's in the film?
Yeah, right
What? I didn't even know that.
he's right there. Yeah, like
Wow,
there's a
okay.
sequence of him fighting him. I think that's why he was training, because he was in like a arena where he had to fight. I don't remember the plot, but that was what was happening. But overall, I like the general gist of the first one, But then we come to the new one, and I think the animation is it's just as good, if not better, than the first movie. Like, there's a lot of really cool action in the movie. Like, there's a lot of moments where there's just barely any talking. It's just the characters will just jump from world to world. An action scene will kick off, and then it will just sort of like cut to the next scene. But I think this might be one of those rare times where the critics are correct. I agree with them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is it like Fire Force where it's too fast?
Yeah, it's even faster than Fire Force.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's.
I saw a comment that said it was kind of like the Family Guy cutaways where they would say something and then it cuts to the next scene.
Yep, it's
And then
pretty
go back
much
to
that.
those.
It's that.
Oh, no.
But the good thing is that the movie is short, so you're kind of in there, you watch it, and then you're out. You're not bored, But it's not a good story. There's no story at all, I think the plot's a little worse than the first one, in my opinion. But it's carried by the visuals,
And to sell merchandise as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I think
It's like that. It's literally the whole movie is them jumping from world to world. There's a cute, cuddly, colorful character they run into. Then they run into another character. Then they run into a fox guy with glasses. Then they're like traveling from another world to another world, and then it's just kind of
Fox
that.
Cloud.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Not even a Mario character. He's in a completely different Nintendo game. Star Fox.
Yeah, people were
It's
freaking out
crazy.
over this, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. But he's
How was Rosalie? Sorry, yeah, go on.
oh no man,
Fox.
we can move on to that.
I was just gonna ask, how was Rosaline in this film?
Barely a
So
character, barely any.
Eh?
She was barely in
What?
the movie. Like, she gets kidnapped, and then you don't see her until the end.
But this is Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
Galaxy in the game. She's frequent in the game.
I feel like the fox guy gets more screen time than her.
The non Mario character has more screen time than the Mario character.
Yeah, he has more of a presence. Like, he actually helps a bit in the movie, but she just gets kidnapped. You get a backstory with her, and I will say I wasn't expecting her to be related to the other princess, and then I'm like, oh yeah, they're two blonde hair, blue eye girls, of course,
I didn't even know they were related.
Yeah, but they're sisters in the movie.
What? I didn't even
Is
know
that
that was a thing.
did you not know that? I thought that was like common
No.
knowledge for gamers.
Is it a common knowledge?
Is it not? Like,
No.
they're blonde haired and
It
they're
was
blue
never
eyed.
specified. No, it's never specified in the games at all. I thought they were just separate characters.
Oh no, but in the movie there's like they're sisters, There's a whole backstory
What?
of them.
Dude, I've seen a lot of fanfics of those two shipping. characters
No, she's
shipped a
like
lot.
she's the older sister to her. It's
That is not a thing in the games whatsoever. I'm telling you
okay.
that now.
Are you sure?
It's not. I promise you, it's not.
Out of the 40 years of Mario, like they did not specify
when was
that
ever a thing?
they're related.
Yeah, I've never known that was a thing. Wait, let me Google that.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, they're blonde hair, they're blue eyed, they're both princesses. It's. I thought that was common knowledge for you guys.
But again, the games don't have a story.
Fair enough,
So,
actually.
I don't even know where you're getting that.
But yeah, there's a whole backstory with the two of them in the movie. The Bowser Jack Black character is odd in this movie. Like, he's very wishy-washy. There's a moment where you think he's going to turn good, but then he
okay.
goes back to turning bad, and he goes good again, then he's bad again. It's weird. It's very weird.
So I found a comment and this is from 17 years ago. Okay, 17 years ago. So I'm gonna have this comment as an authoritative measure. Okay.
Okay, say it.
So in the game, originally it was intended from Nintendo to have Peach and Rosalina as sisters, but they scrapped the idea. So they were gonna be sisters, and then they scrapped it. Oh no, I don't think I can hear you now.
Sorry, dude, you might have to repeat that. I had some technical issues with my headphones.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yes, this comment from 17 years ago basically said that Nintendo intended for them to be sisters, but then they scrapped the idea.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so they are more or less, they are sisters.
So it's canon now. The canon.
It looks,
now in the
it
films, I
sounds
guess.
like it is now. Yeah, that was like the only moment where I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Like their backstory was actually pretty good, but it was so short. I thought it was going to be more. You know, the movie's a bit disappointing because it gives you. Oh, that's a spoiler. I won't show you that, but there's so many interesting ideas, but they never go too far with it. Like this green guy, the dinosaur, Donald
Yoshi.
Glover,
Yoshi.
Child Gambino.
Yoshi.
He barely does anything in it. He's just like a mascot. He's just there.
Yeah, he is a mascot. He's like a pet.
He's
in
like
the
a
game,
pet,
kind of.
yeah. Like,
Mario rides him. That's it. That sounds weird, but yeah,
I thought he
Mario
was
rides
gonna
him in the game.
be more. It's just like he's cute and he's like a toy, you know. He even looks like a toy. It's like, oh, I thought there was gonna be more to
It
him.
feels like a giant advertisement for a toy.
Yeah.
There is no toys that you can buy.
I thought he was gonna talk in the movie, but he doesn't. You know, he's
Hey
just
guys,
like
I'm
making
Child
noises.
Gambino.
Yeah, yeah,
No, he's like a Pokemon. He's like, yo, he just says his own name. Yoshi.
There was a moment at the end of the movie where I'm like, oh, I don't know who this person is, but I know people are gonna freak out over this character.
I mean,
It's like
if the
a-
film is that bad, are people gonna care?
It's just like fan service galore. It's like this Easter egg, that Easter egg. You got these star minion things that are popping up. I think this is what I'll say about the movie. I think the movie is actually fine. You know, I feel like
okay.
people are being a bit too harsh with the movie, but at the same time, every critique they have, I agree with. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't think the kids will care. The kids will sit and watch it and see pretty colors and be like, cool. You know, I feel like the movie, in a way, acts more like the video game than the first movie did, where it's like, there are just scenes where the characters stop, they look at something, and then you just see them running and doing action scenes with no dialogue, like how a video game is, you know. There's a whole scene. There's a famous
streamer. Sorry, there's a famous streamer named Maximilian Dude who recently took his daughter to see this film.
Yeah.
And then he wrote a comment saying, halfway through this film, even my daughter told me this is boring. So
yeah, there was a little girl on the same row who kept like moving about, like they seemed pretty like restless. But there were other kids in the cinema who were like laughing at Yoshi, making little funny noises. So it's gonna be a mixed bag, I think. But the good thing is that the movie is short, you know, and there's a lot of.
How long?
It's only an hour and 36 minutes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's short. Yeah, compared to the movies nowadays, it was like 2 to 3 hours.
yeah,
Hell
it's
nah.
so quick, dude. It's so quick. But I just wish there was more story. I'm disappointed in that. Especially with like other animated movies coming out recently. Like at least they had
Yeah, it's
more
called Mario
plot.
Galaxy. You'd think this would be like the third or fourth film,
It's
the
not
fourth
even really
Mario
like
film.
Galaxy. It's just them hopping to places, and it's like
It's
multiverse of
very
madness.
disappointing.
It's literally the same
Yeah.
vibe where it's like the title sounds interesting, but the actual movie is not what the title is. It's just sort of like we go to one world and then we see a clip show of the other worlds, and then that's it. I think this movie is clickbait. It's
Ooh.
yeah. You're not gonna get a lot, but Nintendo fans will like it. Kids will like it, but normies like me won't really see
Nintendo fans are attacking everyone who doesn't like this film. It's crazy.
Did you see the Moist critical video about this one? Like he was talking
I
about
have not.
how some people are using this movie as an excuse to do like political wars, like the left versus the right. Like people are saying that the people hating on it are woke leftists and the people who love it are conservative Republicans because
Wait, is that a thing?
that's what Moist Critical said on his video.
Oh wow, I did not
Yeah.
expect that.
You need to
I
see
didn't
that
know.
vid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
There's a whole comment saying that it doesn't have any DEI stuff, so people who hate on it because there's no messaging and there's no diversity.
Oh, that's okay.
Because when you
That's
watch the
crazy.
movie, there is barely any people of color in it, so people are saying, "Oh, you see,
But it's
people."
Mario, dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's it's a Japanese game, and Japanese people are always going to be,
Yeah,
it's the white way or no way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But the movie just doesn't have a story. It's just, yeah. I mean, I think some of those negative people are just trolls, and they're just rage baiting. They're just saying
I want to
things.
ask. Yeah, I want to ask though, because the critics were very harsh on this movie.
Yeah.
It's so harsh. I haven't even seen them be this harsh against Scream 7. So I'm asking you, which is worse, Scream 7 or this?
Oh, Scream 7 by far. I
Oh,
think
okay.
this movie is just fine. It's like you just get cool colors. Nothing bad happens in it. It's just there's no story. That's the bad thing about it. There's just barely a plot. I think Scream 7 is even worse because visually it looks bland. It's boring to watch. It's boring to hear. It's just there are some interesting kills in the movie, but I kind of wish McKenna Grace was the main character over the other gal. I think she's a better actress than her. Yeah, and yeah, I think the critics are right in some areas, but I think the worst of the critics are a bit too far gone, in my opinion, in their
The
criticisms.
New York Post one, did you see what he wrote? The
What
New
did he
York,
say?
Times or Post.
What did he
They
say?
gave it a 0. They gave it 0 stars,
Hmm.
and they said it was a painful experience where he had to stick a pen into his hand just to get through the film because it was that bad.
There are times where you feel that, I won't lie, where it's like nothing of importance happens. There's like a whole sequence where there's you can even see it in the trailer here with baby Mario and Luigi. It's filler. It is full filler, dude. Doesn't have any impact in the story. Like nothing. So yeah, I do kind of agree with him there. So yeah. Yeah. I think it's a movie you should wait for digital. But if you want to see it on the big screen in IMAX, then yeah, go ahead. It depends on how you view Mario. If you like the first,
To be honest with you, judging by the animation and that, and you don't care about the story, then you might as well go for the IMAX.
Yeah.
See it on the big screen.
just to visually see it. So if you just care about the animation, then it will be for you. But if you're into stories and plots, then you might be disappointed by it. That's all I'll say on the movie. Don't really have much to say on Mario Galaxy. But yeah, are you gonna go see it?
I will not.
Nah. If you didn't like the first one, you're not gonna like this one then. It's the same thing, but a little worse. Yeah. But what I will say is that I did watch War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise yesterday.
Oh, that old film.
Yeah. For the first time.
For the very first time, interesting.
For the first time. I had no idea what it was about.
So I liked the first like 20 minutes of this film, and then it went downhill.
I pretty much liked the whole thing.
You like the whole film?
Yeah,
okay,
pretty much.
You want to like do like a quick review of it, or?
Yeah, it's like beat by beat. So like the first half is just Tom Cruise being like a sort of like a bum of a father who's not really paying attention to his kids. He doesn't know his kids sort of like wants and needs. Like I think his daughter is allergic to peanut butter, and he almost kills her by feeding her a peanut butter sandwich. So it's like, okay. Yeah, but
deadbeat father.
Yeah, he's pretty
But
much
I love
that.
the mystery of everything at the beginning about like there's some like weird alien stuff going on behind the scenes, but not quite yet because I haven't invaded yet. But there's like weird things going on, and there's like sort of like.
But before all of that, we did have a big twist that I did not see coming. So you know the who's the lady? His ex-wife, the actress Miranda Otto. She's American.
Miranda Otto?
Yeah, the wife of Tom Cruise. His character.
She was
British. I thought she was British, but she's American. I think she is, but she sounds American in the movie. Let me double check.
What is she in?
Lord of the Rings. She was the blonde girl in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Miranda Otto. Yeah, she's that's even okay. She's Australian actually. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
He's a dude disguised as a dude disguised as another dude.
Okay, forget I said any of that then. Anyway.
She fooled you to thinking she's American. She's talented then.
She's a talented actress. I thought she was American, but okay. All right, never mind. Anyway, the first 20 minutes was pretty good actually. I'm like, yeah. Good, getting to know this guy. He has a punk rock kid, you know, who looks like a Disney Channel dude. You know, he's like, he gives me Hannah Montana vibes, you know, that son character. And then the aliens strike, and then it's chaos, and it's just entertaining, dude. It's just an entertaining watch. I don't really have much to say on the narrative because it's just